I have more trips booked in 2026 than I've ever had. It's going to be a huge year of travel for me. This is all in thanks to my recent discovery of using and maximizing points and miles with travel credit cards. One of the things I'm most excited about is it will be my first time, definitely his first time, of flying in a lie-flat business seat. And I would not have been able to do that without the use of points and miles. First up, I have a trip planned with my youngest son, who is a junior in college, to Spain. We will visit Madrid and Barcelona. And one of the things, I'm excited about a lot of things, but I want to show you how many points I paid and what it would have cost if I had paid cash for that particular flight. With the help of a website called AmEx Travel, they keep up with your redemptions. You have to plug them in, but you can keep up with your redemptions on the website, put in the cash value, put in what you paid as far as with taxes and fees, and you can also put in the amount of points you paid. So you can go back and actually look at what each particular trip cost you. It's a super handy tool and really fun to go back and look at as you see your points deplete, but you also see at the same time what you got out of those points. So kind of might be depressing to see your points go away, but you also see what they were used for, and that's a really great feeling. Plus, you are constantly replenishing your points by either getting a new travel credit card with a sign-up bonus or by just your regular everyday spend. You're earning points on things. For example, with the hotels in Madrid and Barcelona, I opted to pay cash for these hotels, primarily because American Express offers, you get 5x points on hotels booked through their site, but you also get these perks with their fine hotels and resorts and their hotel collection, such as early check-in, late checkout, credit for breakfast, sometimes just a resort credit of $100, depending on which hotel collection you book through, either the hotel collection or the fine hotels and resorts. So I wound up paying cash for those, and they were each for about 3 to 4 nights each. I spent about $1,200 on each of those hotels, so $2,400 on the hotels. Other than that, I paid for our flights with points, so other than taxes and fees, which were minimal, I didn't pay any cash for that. So, of course, you can find a cheaper hotel in Madrid and Barcelona, but I really appreciate those perks that come with the hotels. Breakfast included is huge. A resort credit that I can use for food or drinks is huge. As you know, when you travel, things can be very expensive, and meals and drinks and all that stuff really adds up. Plus, the early check-in that you get when you fly overseas to Europe and you're dealing with jet lag and you land usually in the morning, you leave at night. The day before, you get there in the morning, you really want to be able to get into your hotel as soon as possible. So the early check-in is really nice. I don't have to wait until 3 or 4 p.m. And then the late checkout is really helpful too, because when we switch from Madrid to Barcelona, we want to be able to leave our luggage and everything there and go out and tour the city for as long as possible, and be able to also come back and rest if we need to get ready to take our train from Madrid to Barcelona. So late checkout is nice as well. And then in Barcelona, when we leave, we actually leave, later in the day. So not having to deal with checking out early is really convenient as well. The other thing that I pay for, and I'm a huge tour planning type person. I love doing tours. I don't like to do too much because I do like free time, and I know it's going to be holiday season, Christmas time there. So I want to be able to enjoy the Christmas markets and all of that stuff. So we'll have some free time to wander around in Madrid and Barcelona and check out those sites and activities. I do plan some fun things with my son and I, such as sightseeing and some walking tours. I like to mix in Segway tours, something fun and different like that. Bike tours and walking tours, I think, are huge. They are so important. I learned so much from walking tours versus just trying to do it on my own. It's much more engaging. I highly recommend tours when you go to a city you haven't been to. You will learn a lot about the area from someone that really knows it, a local guide that really can educate you on all kinds of things about the things that you're seeing, history and architecture, food, culture. There's so much you can gain out of it. We are also visiting a couple of museums in each city, and I typically get a guide for that as well. I don't know if you're a huge museum person, but museums can be tricky. If you don't know really what you're looking at, and just walking through a museum may not be very engaging. So I typically like to get a guide to help show us what we're seeing and teaching us. They're much more engaging and fun if you can do something like that. I think your kids, your family, you will enjoy it so much more. I mean, I've done art museum guides just by myself before and have really enjoyed it. I'd like to also do food tours and cooking tours, or like a wine tasting, cocktail making class, and I know my son's going to enjoy that because he's turning 21 just a few days before we actually head off to Spain. So I do have a cocktail class arranged for us. We're going to make several Spanish cocktails, and we're going to be making paella, and we will be doing a tapas history and walking tour one evening as well. Before we go to Spain, we are going to spend a couple of nights in Boston. I've been to Boston several times. My son's actually been there as well, but it's been a really long time. So I'm going to be doing a food tour there, and we're also doing a crime late night walking tour that I think we'll both really enjoy, and a history walking tour along the Freedom Trail on one of the mornings that way. I have learned for myself and my son, I don't like to start too early. So most of the time my tours are usually starting around 10, maybe 9 at the earliest, so that we can ease into the day. I mean, it is vacation, so we want to be able to chill and take our time and get to places. Then we're usually done around lunchtime, so we can go find somewhere to eat, have a few hours of break, and then something planned in the late afternoon or evening. Now that you've seen how I've gone about planning this Spain trip, hopefully it's been really helpful and inspiring. Will inspire you to learn more about points and miles and book a trip somewhere that you've always wanted to go. Use some of the tools and suggestions that I've provided to help guide you in your trip planning process, and I hope it's super exciting and fun for you. Please feel free to reach out, comment below if you have any questions. Make sure you subscribe. If you really like this content, hit that little bell so you get notified when I have some new information or a new video put out. Thank you. I will see you next time when I'm going to talk about another trip that I have planned, and it's a big one too.